What's the point of spending hours in a video game if you don't even enjoy it anymore? You wake up and you instantly go to your PC, you turn on Steam and Discord, you put your headset on and you log onto the video game. You waste your whole day mouth breathing and not even enjoying it. With this video I hope to save you a bunch of your time and finally get rid of your addiction. When you were younger, the most fun thing that you did was playing video games. You were a hero, you were a king, you had status and your KDA was in the thousands. You were the best at video games and no one could compete with you. You compared yourself to your friends and you were the best and one of the best, and everyone looked up to you. Everyone wanted to be as good as you, but only inside of the video game. Slowly it becomes less and less fun and you realize that you kind of grew out of it. Your friends are leaving, all of a sudden you're all alone on Discord and you look around, you look into the mirror and you see that you are a shell of the man that you're supposed to be. Do you ever look back and feel sad about all the hours that you've wasted? I spent over 10,000 hours on video games, and that is a magical number because doing a certain thing for 10,000 hours will make you a master in it. So I just wasted being a master at a skill. But what if instead I put those 10,000 hours into video editing instead of video games? This video would be much better. Pain. These evil companies took advantage of our natural desires, of our feelings and behaviors. As a man, we crave status, we crave recognition, we crave respect and brotherhood. And guess what video games provided us with? Exactly all of those. Being good in a video game, having good stats, means you get status. You can play with your brothers, you can go on a hunt, you can go on a mission, you can go hop into a Call of Duty lobby and destroy the enemy team. You have brotherhood, you have connection. They took advantage of us. And because video games provide all of those things, which you desire, you don't have to do anything in real life. Why bother doing anything in real life if you can just hop into a video game and be a king right there instead of working in real life to be a king in real life? Because the level to grow in real life is much harder. When you go to the gym, you have pain in your muscles, you have social anxiety, you have insecurities, you're worried about what other people are gonna think of you. In a video game, you just sit in your chair, you turn on your PC, you click on a fucking screen while mouth breathing, and you can get 20 kills in the lobby and be the most looked up to person in that lobby. And on top of that, when you play video games, nobody knows who you are. You don't have this friction, this resistance. You can't get rejected, you can't get hurt, nothing. You just aim at enemies and that's it. If you need help with curing your video game addiction or self-improvement in general, you can click on the first link in the description to book a free one-on-one call with me. So now you know video games are a waste of your time, they took advantage of your feelings, it's terrible for your mental health, for everything, you're not making progress in life, but how do you actually cure your addiction? You have to find a reason that is bigger than playing video games for you. What is the most important thing to you on a fundamental level? Like a drive, a mission, something which you enjoyed as a kid. Not video games, something else, like helping others, or maybe you were into crafting and arts, something which you enjoyed as a kid. Maybe you have desires like you want to have money, you want to have a nice family, you want to be successful in life or grow a body which you're actually proud of. Or maybe you want to go into sports, maybe martial arts, maybe you want to become a professional kickboxer. What did you want to do as a kid? As a kid I always had a dream of becoming like an astronaut. It's like a super high goal, but society put me down and said, it's unreasonable, you're not gonna make it. It's way too hard. And this desire slowly disappeared and became less and less important to me. So you have to bring this desire back from the back of your mind and put it at the front of your mind and then work towards it. Because right now you're just distracting yourself with video games. And to do that you have to spend uninterrupted time with yourself. So no distractions, no stimulation, just sit there, maybe for like 1 hour a day, just like 1 hour. And grab a piece of paper, grab a pen and write down what you feel, what you think, what pops into your mind when you're not distracted, because you're distracted and overstimulated all of the time. And literally 1 hour a day can be enough. That's like one game of League. By the time you load it into your game, by the time you started your PC, by the time you picked the character, by the time the video game actually loaded, and then you play for like 45 minutes, 1 hour has passed, and you can, and still spending that 1 hour on video games and one game of League, you can think about your future yourself and actually make progress. So pick what's more important to you. You have all these natural desires or like status and growth. You can find something else besides video games which fulfill those needs. You want status? Okay. You can go to the gym to build muscle and then get respect and attention from girls. You have status, other people respect you. You can build social skills, so you can speak to people and they look up to you because you're so good at telling stories or you're so good at helping them or giving back to them. You want brotherhood? Okay, learn social skills again. Learn how to speak to people, sign up to a martial arts club, sign up to a sports club, go outside, go to an event, have people who are like you and become friends with them. Not in a video game, but in real life. And the last thing that you can do is, which helped me the most, eliminate all the triggers. Because you're a gamer, you probably watch gaming channels, don't bullshit yourself, you probably watch gaming channels. And you probably also spend a couple of hours a day on social media looking at gaming content. like Reddit, looking at the latest updates on your video game, or looking at the meta, or the best builds for a character. I used to do this, so you probably too. Just eliminate all of the distractions, because when you have no distractions, the amount of creations that you get will be reduced by a lot. You don't get influenced by, here's the best meta, here's the new patch, here's this and this, change this and this, oh, before that update I gotta hop on. No. Eliminate all of the distractions, find a new place which we are comfortable in, where you're not surrounded by video games and the topic of video games, and then you will automatically think about it less and be less influenced by your surroundings. And quitting video games was one of the best things I did in my entire life. I started leveling up in real life. I got an amazing girlfriend. She's super beautiful, she's so feminine and loving, she's literally doing so much for me, she's supporting me so well. She bought me this camera, and she's crafting a lot of nice things for me and baking cake for me and just being loving and caring and present, and I would have never gotten that if I would still play 8 hours of video games every single day. My mental health also improved. I got into self-improvement and meditation. I built muscle. I lost a bunch of weight because I didn't sit in my chair all day. I actually went outside, and I experienced so many nice things which I have nice memories of now, which I can tell to my kids later. I have so many stories which I can tell to my kids now. Imagine your father and your kid comes up to you and it asks you, "Daddy, why can't you buy this toy for me?" And you have to say, "Because we don't have enough money." That's like the biggest pain in the world. Or they ask you, "What did you do when you were as old as me?" And you say, "I played video games." That's a big shame. They won't respect you. They won't have any sense of like love or anything from you, because you let your children down. You're letting your future children down right now if you play video games and not spending your time with it. Because what you're doing right now is crafting the life that you want to have in the future. And maybe you don't want to have children, but this applies to everything. This also applies to yourself. You play video games now, your future life is gonna be worse. And that is a fact. If this video was beneficial to you, make sure to share it to someone who has a video game addiction, someone who needs help, someone who needs to hear this message. Also make sure to comment and like, and don't forget to book a free one-on-one call with me, first link in the description, and I will try to help you as best as possible.